Welcome to Stuff That We Like / Enjoy, at least at this point in time. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Christina.
And today,
I will be asking Caleb, what is something that you like / enjoy, at least at this point in time?
I forgot something.
What?
What's your contentment level? Scale 1 to 10.
My contentment level?
Yeah.
Oh, 8, 7.5.
8?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Maybe 7.75.
What's contributing to that, do you think?
In a good way or bad?
Yeah, in a good way.
Well, in a good way, I slept really well last night. The sun is shining.
Man.
You.
To be you. That's awesome.
Married to you.
That's so nice.
The house is clean.
Yeah.
Good things.
That's awesome.
I guess, yeah.
I love it. So an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's your contentment level?
Probably like a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent
Pretty
for you.
high. Yeah, pretty high for me.
What's contributing to that?
I don't have to work today. It's Sunday. We're just relaxing, recording a podcast together.
Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day. That feels good. So, yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Cool. You just went for a long run.
I did. Yeah.
You made it home.
I made it home. Hip didn't hurt too bad, so we're feeling good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Still sweaty, even though I took a shower. That probably brought me down to a 6, if I'm honest.
There we go. That happens. Yeah. You could put a little air freshener over there.
Slows me down.
Nice. All right. Well, let's hop into what your topic of interest is today.
Great. So my topic is the question of, is screen time quietly stealing your good days?
Why are you saying that? You said that so pointedly to me.
Before we started the podcast, I told Christina I had a topic for her today. And this is it. It's not, I want to, in all kindness, just love on you through knowledge. It's good for both of us because I'm not referring specifically to phone. I'm referring to you made me snort. I'm referring specifically to like all screens.
Okay, all screens.
All screens.
What screens did you think I was interpreting?
All screens matter.
All screens matter. They do. Unless they don't.
That's true. I guess not all screens matter.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Old screens don't matter.
Not anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, we can agree on that. No
Yeah.
CRTVs.
Yep.
CRTs? CRTs. Anyways.
CCTV.
CCTV is different.
Yes, but the things that were shown, the CCTV was shown on, don't matter.
Yes.
Yes. This reminds me of a story.
Okay.
So when I did missions in Paraguay, I was forced to go to a hospital by my leaders to get a yellow fever immunization vaccination shot. And they told me I would not be allowed to leave the country unless I did. And that was false, but I forgive them. But anyways, we lined up. They took us to this hospital at like 7 a.m. and there was a line like 3 blocks long, like several hundred people. So then they drove us to another place that had a shorter line. And literally I walked into a room the size of a cubicle with 2 little short Paraguayan chubby men sitting there watching a soccer match on a TV that was probably a 10-inch screen, full like square back. Mm-hmm. And they popped open a cooler, pulled out a vaccine tube, swabbed my shoulder, shot me, handed me a paper. And I walked out and I was like, this might be the last day I live on Earth. And so that screen does not matter.
Yes, we can agree that screen doesn't matter.
Yes, and I got violently sick about 4 hours later.
Oh, man.
My mom was passed out. But here I am today.
Look at that. Yeah. Thanks to those 2 old men.
No.
And that soccer game.
No thanks to them.
Where would we be without them? Probably a lot healthier.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so what is screen time addiction?
Great. Tell me.
The closest definition I could find online is when your use of screens, phones, computers, TVs, tablets, and gaming consoles shifts from a tool or form of entertainment into a compulsive habit you can't easily control. Moving on, the history of the topic. While screen addiction feels like a modern problem, a concern about it started in the late 20th century with television.
Oh.
Psychologists in the 1970s and 80s were already noting TV depression, where people felt isolated and lethargic after prolonged watching. The real spike came with smartphones around 2007. Our screens stopped being stationary objects and became permanent fixtures in our hands. By the 2010s, studies were emerging linking heavy smartphone usage with rising depression rates, especially in teens. I feel like I've heard that before. Have you heard that before?
Depression rates? Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Yes. Yeah. I think they can link it directly to how much time you spend like on social media specifically.
Yeah, specifically in teens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge spike there. So a couple facts about this topic. Using screens a lot is a bit of a dopamine hijacker. So apps are actually designed to mimic slot machines, like in a casino. And you can use the example of social media that gives you random rewards like comments, notifications, likes. That keeps you hooked. Mm-hmm. So over time, your brain's reward system starts to change, making normal life feel dull. This is interesting because I'd never thought of it this way, like Instagram as a slot machine. But it kind of is.
Yeah.
It's all random.
Pull down, refresh, new bunch of stuff.
Yeah. New notifications, new likes, new comments. And since handling social media, a little bit of the social media for this podcast and another podcast that we do, I've noticed a lot more like the kind of dopamine I'm getting when I look at what's going on with our social media feed. It's like, oh, we got a comment, we got a like. That's so crazy. Yeah. But it is a lot like a slot machine. It's just random and it's colorful and it's bright and you feel good when it happens. And so I never made that connection before.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So you said they're designed to kind of mimic that kind of concept of a slot machine.
Yes. And I think it makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think slot machines were around before cell phones.
Yeah. Definitely they were.
Yeah. It makes sense that you do something that's addicting to make something else addicting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it works, keep it going. Just put it in somebody's hands wherever they're at.
Yeah. Another fact is that is one that we all know. It's blue light disruption. Screen light tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. So it delays melatonin release and it wrecks your sleep, which is directly tied to mental health, which I think is probably more of the leading cause of depression in teens is the amount of time they're using it in the evenings and early mornings.
Yes, definitely.
Because that really does mess with your mental health when you're tired. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know I'm not myself when I haven't.
At 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then when I didn't get enough sleep because my brain thought the sun was still out and I was supposed to be up doing things, the next day I'm totally ruined. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Yeah, no, I think that, bright screens definitely can affect you. I'd be interested to know the exact science of how much blue light affects you because we usually watch like a YouTube video or something before bed.
Yeah.
Most nights. And I sleep what I think is well. But I've heard you're supposed to like stop looking at screens like 45 minutes to an hour before going to bed. I can't say that I ever do that. And so maybe if we did, we'd sleep even better. I don't know.
For sure.
So it'd be interesting to know what percentage of the depression that it causes is as a result of just being on social media or reading things on the internet or because of the blue light. Like if you're reading the Bible or something on your phone before bed, I would feel like that'd be less disrupting than something else.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably has something to do with the growth that's happening in the brain at that time too for a teen.
Oh, definitely.
Like to look at that screen late at night and then wake up, have your brain trying to be growing to its full size, and then also go to school for, 8 hours?
Yeah.
And try to stay awake because you didn't get enough sleep the night before, and you look at your phone early that morning.
Yeah. And so much of school nowadays for high schoolers is done on tablets, on screens, their homework is. So you're just looking at screens most of the day.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point that it's a lot of like social media as well.
Yeah.
Just like the cause of I'd say a good portion of the depression. I hadn't thought of that before, but the constant comparison could be really unhealthy.
Definitely.
And that's actually our next fact It's called the comparison trap. So social media fuels constant comparison to curated highlight reels, which can trigger feelings of inadequacy and depression. And I was talking to a friend last night. We were shooting a wedding together, and he told me he'd been off social media for about 3 years.
Wow.
Because his friends had gotten rich back home where he was from, and they had all bought into Bitcoin early, and so it was kind of just like a freak accident.
Yeah, it wasn't like they
skill.
did much for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some skill involved in that, but he said that it was so difficult to live his life knowing that he was friends with a bunch of millionaires at that point that he had to stop comparing himself through social media or what was being put on social media.
Right.
So he got rid of it, and he's like, it improved everything in his life. He was talking about
Crazy.
Sleep, how he relates to people, how he relates to himself.
Yeah, probably overall satisfaction with life.
Yeah. And I think that even if you aren't friends with millionaires, you always fall into that trap of comparison.
Definitely.
Despite like whatever feed you're looking at, you're going to constantly compare. Oh, they have a Sprinter van that they travel in, and we don't have a Sprinter van that we travel in. And God, I want that so bad. And guess what? Well, you just took your own life and your satisfaction with it down a peg.
Yes. Yeah.
And you just subconsciously did that. Even though you're not looking at millionaires or friends that you know
Sorry.
that are wealthy or doing better than you, you're constantly comparing yourself to ads and people living the quote unquote ideal life that you'd want to live. So it's dangerous. And I can see how that affects people's satisfaction in life, and especially young adults and teens. Yeah.
Wow. That's good. That's cool. Just like a real life example of how it affected his life so positively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last fact is one of social displacement. So hours online reduce face-to-face interactions, which are essential for emotional regulation and happiness. And like I said earlier, in the 1970s and 80s, they were already noting TV depression from people feeling isolated and lethargic after prolonged watching of TV. And now it's so much easier to just not go outside of your house. In fact, it's almost praised.
Exactly.
If you don't go into public and you're just kind of like a bookworm, or you just want to be at home. It's like, I'm a homebody. That's almost an award that we put, or a little badge we put on our shirts.
Like,
these days.
I don't need people.
Yeah.
I enjoy my own life. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And that actually messes with our emotional regulation, because you need face-to-face interaction with people to regulate yourself emotionally.
So true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Yeah. I was talking to my dad the other day about this article I had sent him, or we texted a little bit about it, about how the elderly, as they get older, a big key to them living longer is social interactions. And so often the elderly, when they retire, they have less and less face-to-face interactions, and it's not uncommon for them just to sit and watch TV for 8+ hours a day. And those people tend to live shorter lives and less happy lives while they're alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think that old people would be doing in nursing homes if we didn't have TV?
I think reading books. I think going out to, nursing homes have like activities all day long where you can go to the little seated wheelchair workout class with your little 1-pound dumbbells. There's bingo, like just going to the facilities that my dad has directed for the last 20, 30 years. I've seen just different activities that they have for them. And they also have like group communal areas where you can just wheel yourself out in a wheelchair and just talk to your other residents. So I think that if there wasn't a TV in their room, they might be more prone to do that.
I think so, for sure. Yeah, I wonder what that effect would be. Because your dad was telling me when he first started, he would take him on field trips. And he wasn't the first to do that, but he did it a lot more than the people who had been there before him.
Yes.
And it seemed to have a really positive effect on older people just to get out of the nursing home itself, let alone away from a TV.
Exactly. Yeah, because most nursing homes or assisted livings, their field trips are like going to Walmart or something like that. And my dad he was the activities director at the time, and he would like take a van up to like Estes Park and have them ride dog sleds and
That's so cool.
push them around lakes in the mountains. And like, just, I think it really added so much to their quality of life.
And honestly, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to die doing. You know, something adventurous or cool or
Right.
like on an outing rather than just sitting in a nursing home
For the last 10
waiting
years
to
of your
die.
life. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For sure. Do you think that you would rather be in a nursing home or just walk into the woods before you were too disabled for that?
I don't think I'd ever want to just walk into the woods. Hopefully I would be able to be at home and like you'd be around and take care of me.
Yeah. Yeah. It would definitely. Totally. Yeah. I got you.
Plus, they're both two horrible options.
They are two horrible options for sure. Well, I don't know.
Your mom always says she's just going to walk off into the woods,
yeah,
right?
she's just like, on a cold winter morning, just let me loose in the woods.
Yes.
You know, just when I lose my mind, we're like, Mom, we can't legally do that.
No.
You're going to send us to prison for the rest of our lives.
Elder abuse, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I might die before you because I lived a much unhealthier lifestyle
There we go.
earlier on. So
We'll go together like in
The Notebook, your favorite movie.
one of my least loved movies of all time.
Okay, so some practical advice on how to reduce screen-induced depression. Number 1, set screen-free zones. Man, I sound like a parent right now. It's a screen-free zone. We're not doing screens for the next 4 hours. So bedrooms, dining tables, and mornings before 9 a.m. should be screen-free. So no phones, no TV or computer, just to help your body regulate and wake up and actually start your circadian rhythm in a correct way. Not just looking at your phone, but like getting outside.
Yeah.
I think that's helpful. It's a good tip. Number 2 is to use grayscale mode. I think all iPhones and then most smartphones have grayscale mode, but it removes color from your phone and reduces its addictive pull.
You used to do that, right?
Yes.
Did it help?
It did.
Okay.
Definitely did help.
Yeah.
It's easy to turn off grayscale mode.
Right.
It's just
so
like
you're just like, okay,
a single
tap
button.
a couple buttons. Yeah.
But it was a valiant effort.
Yes, good job.
And then the next tip is to replace, don't just remove. So if you cut screen time, replace it with outdoor time, physical movement, reading, or in-person conversations. This is an important fact about addiction in general, is that it also always has to be replaced with something.
Yes.
You have to move that addiction to something that's healthy or something that's benefiting your life, because it doesn't just go away. That addiction's feeding something that you need,
Yes.
but just in the wrong way. So like it says here, get some outdoor time, physical movement, reading, or in-person conversations. I would probably recommend in-person conversations, honestly.
Yeah.
It's the hardest to get these days, but probably the best. The next step is to schedule a digital detox or schedule specific digital detox hours. So pick 1 to 2 hours a day when you're fully offline. And the last tip is to track your usage. So awareness is half the battle. Apps like Digital Wellbeing or Screen Time can help. But most people have a monitor on their phone that lets them know how much screen time they're using these days, which is pretty cool. I like that.
It's pretty alarming as well.
Yeah, because you can come back and be like, you averaged 7 hours this last week every day.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
like, holy crap.
Yeah. I had a friend in college who would average 8 to 10 hours a day.
8 to 10?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
How do you get anything done?
Well, and it was even while we were on missions trips. And he was like, yeah, it's like 8 hours a day or whatever, 8 to 10 hours. And I'm like, he'd be on his phone a bit while we're all hanging out, but we'd get done for the night and then he'd be on his phone till like 2 a.m. just for like 4 or 5 hours. So that's how he's racking it up. So he's just not sleeping very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Dang.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So some closing thoughts. I personally struggle a lot with screen time when it comes to computer and movies. Like my job is basically on the computer at this point.
Yeah.
And movies are right there on the computer with me. So I'll like watch a movie while I'm editing a video or something. And so this is a good like check-in for me to not be on the computer before like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't have to be specifically 9 a.m., but whenever you wake up, wait a period of time before you get on a screen. And I think I need to elongate that time between waking, getting on that screen,
Yes.
and also spend a couple hours without screens completely, because I'll usually get done with work, go out into the front room, eat something and watch a movie with you or watch a show. And it's like more screen time.
Yes.
And I don't want that to be my life. I want to have those 1 or 2 hours that's just totally free of that and kind of want to see how it's going to change me. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I would say for me too, like I'm doing school full time right now and it is 95% online. I'm looking at screens. Like we have even most of our books are and articles are all just online. And then for work, part of that's online. Researching for the podcast, so much is on a screen. I think that for me, cutting out the time I look at social media or like kind of just extra stuff would be helpful because like I can't not do school online, or if we're researching for a podcast on screen time, you're probably not going to go drive and buy a book on it and read it.
Totally.
So there's definitely benefits to, the internet, which we view through screens, but I think we've definitely overused it. Yeah, I saw this post the other day on X of this guy's like, I wake up and I look at a small screen. I get out of bed and I go to work and I look at a medium screen for 8 hours, except for the small breaks I take to look at my small screen.
Yeah.
And I go home and I sit in front of a big screen. And I get in bed and I look at a small screen and fall asleep and I do it over again.
That's so crazy.
It's like so true.
Yeah. And we don't even think about our posture these days. Yeah. Like the amount of time that we spend on screens is actually affecting our body.
Yes.
Like long term. And that's not just one person. That's the whole world.
Yes.
We're all hunched over because of screens. And before we had phones, before we had cell phones and computers to look at all day, people just like looked around.
Yeah.
Their heads were up, their necks were fine, their shoulders were back for the most part. Unless they're reading, I guess.
Right. But even then, you can hold a book up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like flat on your desk laptop looking down at it.
But I was just thinking about that today because I was at a coffee shop and I was like hunching over and I looked over and there's like 4 other people on laptops just hunched over. And I was like, oh my God, these things have physically changed us.
Yes.
As a world.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing for something to happen. It's just like the physical alteration of a body because of a product.
Yes.
So, it's just a crazy realization I had today.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking about a time when like but a segment of time when I didn't look at a screen is when we were flying back from Europe last fall. We had a 9-10 hour flight and I was in a ton of pain. Like I'd blown up my knee and I had a crossword puzzle book and I didn't watch a movie for the entire 10 hours. I did crossword puzzles and read magazines because I needed to my mind to be distracted more than just looking at a screen because I was in so much pain. And that was like, even though I was in pain, one of the best flights I've been on because I didn't feel like my eyes were burning out of my head by the end of it of looking at a screen,
So true.
I just think that mental stimulation of doing a crossword puzzle or reading a magazine was good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm sitting right next to you. I watched 4 movies. My eyes were so dry and
You're
red.
like bloodshot.
I know my eyes were smoking right next to you while you're trying to be healthy and read something.
Right. Then we get off and we find out that we're going to miss our flight and you about have a complete meltdown.
Oh my gosh. So mad.
And I'm like, understandable. Your brain's just so cluttered.
Absolutely. Yeah. That probably paid.
Yeah.
That probably paid into that a ton. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Cool.
Well, that's my topic.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.